Prepare your hearts, a meditation. John answered them, I am an urgent, thunderous voice crying out in the desert. Clear the way and prepare your hearts for the coming of the Lord Yahweh. John 1:23. How does the Lord prepare our hearts for him? Sometimes in the most unlikely ways. It was through leaving that I found my way back to the heart of God. It came when I was ready to throw in the towel. I'd given all I could give, and I had nothing left to give. I was still chasing after love and just couldn't run any longer. It was time to run in the opposite direction. Only I didn't know what that really meant. Jesus was preparing my heart for him. I've had countless end-of-the-rope moments in my life. This time, apparently I let go for good. That's exactly where I was the day I decided I just had enough. Enough of the trouble and conflict of a 5-year relationship. You see, I'm no stranger to leaving. Honestly, my hashtag should read, #see you later. I was notorious for not seeing things through and hopping from relationship to relationship. It had been a bad pattern for me for what felt like all of my life. This time, I felt I really had given it my best, and it just wasn't getting any better. In fact, it was just getting worse. I just didn't know what to do anymore, so I left. I left in secret, right up until the moment that Uber picked me up at 3 a.m. He thought I was going for a vacation, only he didn't know it was a stay vacation. At the 11th hour, he turned to me and said, "You're not coming back, are you?" I just turned my head in regret and shame. And as I sat in the back of the Uber, my heart filled with sadness, but I pushed it down, just like I had pushed down every other emotion I felt all my life. My heart whispered, "What have you just done?" But I pushed that down too. As I walked off the plane into the bright sunshine of California, I think I knew deep down in my heart I had just made the biggest mistake in my life. But I just couldn't quite see it yet. That evening, as we celebrated my sister's birthday, walking the dark streets of West Hollywood, everything inside of me shouted, "This is all wrong." And I listened. I think I think that for the first time, I really did listen, and I am so grateful. For it was a pathway to prepare my heart for Jesus, to truly receive him. That evening, as we settled in for the night, I told my sister how I was feeling. She said, "Just sleep on it." And I knew I just couldn't. There's some things you know deep inside of you, and no one can convince you otherwise. Picked up the phone to call him. He was so happy that I had changed my mind. With tears in his eyes, he welcomed me back with open arms. It reminded me of God and how no matter how many times we lose our way, he's right there welcoming us back with love and through tears. The way back was not easy. When I left the one who loved me, I left everything. I left what God called me to do. This too was part of God's plan for my heart. It was so much easier to return to the one who loved me than it was to the calling of my heart. When I was a young girl ready to embark on life, I knew exactly what I wanted to do. There's just some things we're born to do, and for me, it's loving toddlers. Along the way, I lost my dream, like many do. I became disillusioned. As a young person, you think anything is possible and that you can conquer your dreams. It's not so easy to do when you're dragging your brokenness right along beside you. Back then, I never realized that it was my brokenness that led me to my calling. Brokenness and dreams just don't go hand in hand. Brokenness has a way of smashing your dreams, and before you know it, you're walking all over them without even knowing it. God has a way of bringing it all back around. I never knew the day I decided to work at Kitty Academy as the toddler assistant that he would bring me smack straight into my heart's calling. Leaving my calling was so hard, but returning would be so far the hardest step I would take. When I returned, I did everything I could not to return to all the people who knew all the reasons why I left. I felt so ashamed. Shame and pride slithered in between me and all God had given me. I just couldn't face them. Facing things is something I'd never done. I would just leave and never return. In returning, God was preparing my heart for Him. So I tried to get into another kiddie academy, but God said no. I tried to apply to other daycares, but no response. So I went back to retail. Just like the Israelites wanted to return to Egypt, I too returned to that which slowly killed my soul. It didn't take long either till I woke up and realized that I just couldn't go back. I had to go forward, and to go forward, I must return to where my heart was loved and where my heart felt most alive, with my toddlers. At first, God said no, that He said, go ahead. So He put me in the most soul-killing position at Old Navy, the dressing room. It's a job where you make no progress. You run around the store like a hamster on the wheel, and when you return to put your clothes away, there's even more than you began with. Day after dreadful day. Then one day I saw a parent of one of my toddlers, and it felt as if God had smacked me Himself. You know, the smack I'm talking about, the one that really hurts but is so good for the soul. I thought, I just can't do this anymore. I just had no idea how heavy pride really felt. The hardest thing for me was to make that call and say, I want to come back. And guess what? They welcomed me back with open arms, just like God had done all along. The only thing standing in my way was me and this darn old pride, and it held on and pressed me down from all of God's blessings for me. This was my pathway to the heart, to my heart, and I'm here, a voice shouting to you, here is the way, the heart is the way, the wellspring of your life. Can you see Him standing at the door? He wants to come in and give your heart back to you. He is preparing your heart and clearing the way. He stands there beside you, and though you may never have recognized Him, it is time to open your heart and see and embrace Him.